my name is Jobby, and today we're taking a look at the Robot Damacy Pacific Rim Uprising Gipsy Avenger. And as I mentioned several times before on the channel, I am a big Pacific Rim fan. So, you might be wondering by now, have I seen Pacific Rim Uprising yet? Well,
Pacific Rim Uprising is the most disappointing thing since my son.
I honestly didn't care for it. It was a visually striking movie with some great ideas, and full spoilers ahead, by the way. Kaiju Jaegers, nice Evangelion reference, I see you. Kaiju that combines in the same way that a Megazord combines. And Charlie from It's Always Sunny is the goddamn bad guy. So all of these interesting ideas, these great special effects, they could have made a brilliant movie almost on par with the first one, but it's just too bad that it was edited like a JobbytheHong video. The pacing was all messed up. There was no time to really soak in anything that was going on, to really get to know the characters. Not like there was much character to begin with. And to be completely honest, I don't want to talk about this anymore. What do I look like, a big red idiot? Check my subscriptions, you'd know that's a joke. If you really wanted an in-depth negative review of Pacific Rim Uprising that touches on a few of my concerns, I would highly recommend you check out Diamond Bolt's video. Diamond Bolt's a great content creator. He's probably gonna usurp me one day, so I might as well kiss his ass when the going's good. Go check out Diamond Bolt and check out that Ruined Forever video. And now we have a figure to look at, so thank you very much, Dwight Carter, for providing this figure to me. He sent it, of course, to my P.O. Box, 329 Norwalk, California, 90651. This particular figure is a result of a pretty recent partnership between Bandai and Pacific Rim. And with the quality of Bandai's Robot Damacy, also known as Robot Spirits, line, I really wish they would have gotten the Pacific Rim license for the first movie. NECA, I love you, but you're not this. And you know who else Bandai should partner with? Me. Have you seen my recent reviews? I'm a Bandai slut. And while Pacific Rim Uprising as a movie was disappointing, at least it gave us a good-looking toy line. And I only say that because the painting and the sculpting on this figure is awesome. The design you get for this figure is very movie accurate, right down to the mechanical detail and the decals. Decals? Why are you defending me? I was wrong. But even with the impressive detail, I still feel that it could have been elevated with some more painting and shading.
If you wanted that, you could just do it yourself.
As for the design itself, I really do like how Gipsy Avenger looks. Compared to Gipsy Danger, she's more angular and more blocky. Dare I say she looks a little more war-ready? That song sucked. Stop pretending like it was good. But even with that, I still prefer Gipsy Danger more. Gipsy Danger had that kind of man-made, scrappy appeal that's kind of lost with the more sleeker and cleaner-looking Gipsy Avenger. As for how the figure feels, there really is no weight to it, and it feels kind of empty. Very much like the movie's action scenes. Okay, look, the action was definitely visually striking, but the more cartoonier animation made me not feel the stakes of the battles as much. That whole final battle sequence with the combining Voltron Kaiju, visually spectacular. But at some point, I just had to check my watch, scratch my pubes, and wonder when it was gonna be over. And for a sequence where a young child dies, I shouldn't feel that way. It's a child dying, I should care a lot more than I did. Hey, Steve the fuck ass, children dying is a big deal. Have you even seen Gundam Thunderbolt? I mean, at least you saw Gundam Unicorn. There was a brief glimpse of the statue in the movie. Oh, that means all your sins are forgiven. Oh, it's the best movie ever because a Gundam was in it. I know what that is!
Did you say Gundam?
Shut up. Anyway, the figure's pretty durable. There's no loose or brittle pieces that prevents me from being a little rough with it, so you can replicate that Gipsy Avenger nuke they did in the movie, like so. But as solid as the figure is, all the ball joints that are on here makes it feel kind of floppy. And that makes it hard to stand up sometimes, but it's not impossible. The ball joints are not loose enough to make it completely annoying. It can still hold poses. But if you completely give up, you can always use a Bandai Damacy Nations Act 5 stand, and that attaches by simply removing this butt cover and putting it in there. That allows for more posing options, and of course the stand is not included. But what is included, the figure's forearms are easily removable, and you can replace that with this included chainsword arm. Plugs right in there. Fuck. And the hands are also removable. Plugs right into there. And there you go, I'm getting a little bit of nostalgia. And you also get a brand new weapon, the Gravity Sling. Same process of attachment, just for the right arm. And I gotta admit, this thing was pretty cool. A little stupid, but hey, that's Pacific Rim for you. Shut up, Pacific Rim was a good movie, okay? And finally, you get a pair of open hands. And the sockets of these open hands are sculpted at a slight angle, which allows you to complete that iconic pose. And I know I said pose several times throughout the video, but this is the one that's gonna trigger the ball joint at the head. Every ball joint can be. And a ball joint at the neck allows for some up and down. Ball joint at the shoulder pad. And as you can see, there's a ball joint here and a ball joint here, which allows the arm to move out, but that shoulder pad does get in the way a little bit. Rotation at the arm. Some shifting action, forward and backward. Swivel here. Double bend at the elbow. Ball joint at the wrist, and of course every ball joint. Ball joint at the chest, and of course that allows for... And it also allows for an arching back and a crunch. Nothing at the actual waist. And if you can see that, you get a ball joint here, which allows this whole internal pelvic attachment to move all over the place. And that just makes the ball joint at the hips to have that much more range. And it can move back that far. Beautiful spread. There's a ball joint at the thigh there, which of course can double as a thigh swivel. Double bend at the knee. Ball joint at the foot, of course. And that allows for a damn good pivot. Poseability on this figure is fantastic. It's just a shame that the shoulder pads limit the arm poseability, but if you remove that, damn. And for something that's supposed to represent a gigantic robot, it's actually kinda small. But size doesn't matter. Here's Madoka Godzilla Prime and the soul of Chogokin Gipsy Avenger. And despite this figure's size and bells and whistles, I can still say that the robot Damashi Gipsy Avenger is the better figure. I still prefer Gipsy Avenger as a design, and I wish that they would make a robot spirits version. But overall, this figure is awesome.
But Jobby, you gave this guy the double kiss.
First of all, I immediately retracted it as soon as I saw the price. And second of all, who cares? It's not an objective scale, guys, come on. I'm less Metacritic and more Rotten Tomatoes. I would highly recommend this figure to any Pacific Uprising fans. I know you guys exist. I respect your opinion. And even though this figure was provided to me by a fan, again, thank you Dwight Carter, I will take this opportunity to say that you can get this figure as a veteran sir. Papa's gotta feed himself somehow. For the price of 20 bucks, this figure is definitely worth it if you're looking for a posable Gipsy Avenger figure. Or if you find Big Bad Toy Store's price a little too expensive, you cheapskate, you could always drive down to your local Toys R Us and...
Oh.
I don't have to buy any more Uprising figures anyway. Again, thank you, Dwight Carter. And a final note about Pacific Rim Uprising the movie. The more I think about it, the less I appreciate it. Not to mention the less I remember it. So, you know what? I'm not gonna remember Pacific Rim Uprising in T-1 day. Yep, I already forgot. So if you like this video, give me a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, click right here to get stuckmanized. So the next video is what famous internet commentator ninja Justin Y describes as, here we see God unboxing his offerings given to him by his followers.